Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. Today I wanted to talk about why are my symptoms so intense? So, I'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to relax, forgive the hat. Been wearing it all day, so I have hat head. Sunday night, weekend's over. Got a chance to visit mom. That was nice. Hung with a friend. It's all good. All right. So, why are symptoms so intense? And if you're in the middle of an intense flare up or an intense time with your symptoms, you're going to like this video because it's going to paint a very clear picture as to why they're so intense, but more importantly, what do you do about it? All right. So, as you can imagine, I've been paying attention to this stuff for the past 25 years or so, thereabouts. And I've come across a lot of stories, and I have my own story. And I know I've had some intense symptoms so bad that I couldn't get off the floor for 14 hours. Just stuck on the floor every time I'd move. My back would go into spasm. So I know it can be bad. And I know there's people who are in that level of intense pain pretty consistently. So I get it. I understand it. I work with tons of people. And I've seen the wild and the woolly. I've seen mild to moderate to pretty intense. And so I've got an opportunity to observe the state of mind, the doubt, the fear levels, the clarity levels or the lack thereof, the calm levels or the lack thereof, and consistently. And look, I've been coaching for about 7 years, probably coached over 2,000 people in that time. Consistently, the one with the wildest, most freaky, most intense symptoms are the ones with the most amount of doubt as to what's causing them, and the ones with the most amount of fear, the ones that panic and freak out at every sensation, and then second guess and third guess and question and analyze and decide that there must be something real wrong because the symptoms could never be this intense if it was just the brain, mind, body. And I'm going to point out to you something Dr. Sarno said, and I'm paraphrasing. He said the pain from TMS, perceived danger pain, can far exceed pain from any other condition known to medicine. He said, with two exceptions, kidney stones and childbirth. And I've talked to people recently who said, I'd take childbirth any day, right? So, the only thing that can create this level of intensity is a brain perceiving danger. And the higher the perception of danger, the more intense that symptom is going to be. Period. End of discussion. That's how it works. So if you have a high degree of pain and your default response is panic, understand that's not the best approach to bring it down. The best approach to bring it down is clarity and calm consistently. And I know some people who are in desperate times right now. And freaking out they're saying, I can't help it. How am I supposed to not freak out? So what I often say is freak out less. I know it's hard. I know you're struggling. Freak out less. Mentally, emotionally. Mentally and emotionally, freak out less. When you notice your thoughts being catastrophic, oh my goodness, this is never going to end. There must be something serious wrong with me. Freak out less. Pull yourself back a little bit. Get yourself grounded, right? Get yourself grounded. Soften your body. If you're like this, freaking out, drop your shoulders so that you can breathe slowly. Trust this is temporary. TMS, temporary mind-body syndrome. But again, getting out of that panic is job number one. And oftentimes we do that by gaining clarity. Because if you think your body's broken or you're sick or you've got some mystery disease, you think you're going to be able to dial the fear down? It's going to be really tough if you do. And so, if you got a high degree of intensity and symptoms are really colorful, step back, starting point, square one, what causes symptoms? The brain perceiving danger, some type, consciously, subconsciously, but the brain perceiving danger is what's causing the symptoms. Does that apply to you? Get that straight. Because if you say, I know what TMS is, but I got something real wrong with me, your brain's going to stay up here in the hypervigilant, always looking out for danger, sometimes even terrified. So we got to get the clarity, folks. If you're not certain what's causing your symptoms, get with it. Do the assessments. If you're still not sure, consider joining the group. We'll have a one-on-one call, right? We'll talk about it. We'll help you get that clarity that you need, because clarity is job number one. Without it, it's really tough. So get that. The group is at painfreeyougroup.com. The assessments are at isthispdp.com. If you want some help, check out the Fast Start playlist, dansfaststart.com. It explains what's going on and lots of videos on what to do about it. But if your symptoms are really intense, get clear, make a decision to accept that this is what's going on. Make that decision. And then from there, you can begin teaching your brain that you're okay. Mentally, emotionally, physically. How do you respond to the pain? Stop beating yourself up. That feels like an attack. That's not safe. Respond to the pain or symptoms as unbothered as possible. Now, I know that's really tough, but it's more tough if you have doubt and you're uncertain as to what's going on. So get rid of the doubt so that you can be less bothered each day. But tell yourself, this is all temporary, because I know what it is. I can tell what it is. And I'm not bothered by it. And be as authentic with that unbotheredness as you can. So, why are symptoms so intense? Misinformation and fear. In other words, doubt and fear, or the perception of danger. We fix the misinformation by getting clarity on what's causing the symptoms and deciding that's what's going on with me. Then from there, it becomes easier to teach the brain I'm actually okay, because I know what's happening. I don't have any doubt. And also, I'm capable of doing this, because that's another area of doubt. Got somebody message me today. Dan, I know it's TMS, but I don't believe I can do this. And so I'm mapping it out simply here. Fear is the problem. Doubt fuels the fear. Get rid of the doubt so you can dial down the fear. And if you're afraid of being afraid because you don't think you can do it, counterproductive, folks. Find an opportunity to lift yourself up and tell you, I can do this. Take my confidence. Take my clarity. Borrow my bravery. You can do this. You will do this. And I can't wait to hear you say, you know what, Dan, you were right. I did do this. And this stuff works. So I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope everybody's well. And as usual, I love you. And we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.